Hello everyone, my name is Jyoti Kadam from Signet Public School, New Narel. Today we are going to discuss about square and square roots part 2nd. In the last video we learned about squares and today we are going to discuss about Pythagorean triplet and various methods how to find out the square root of the given number by using prime factorization method and repeated subtraction method. For this we required first Pythagoras theorem. What is meant by Pythagoras theorem? Let us see. For Pythagoras theorem, we require right angle triangle and opposite side of right angle is called as a hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the longest side of the right angle triangle. Then just check what is meant by Pythagoras theorem. The square of a number is equal to the sum of squares of two other numbers. This property is called as a Pythagoras property. And the three numbers used in this property are called Pythagoras theorem. Let us see one example. One right angle triangle is given. In that right angle triangle, length of hypotenuse is given 5 cm, perpendicular length is given 3 cm and base is given 4 cm. Then we get LHS is equal to 25 and RHS is equal to 25. How? Let us see. Square of hypotenuse means square of 5 is equal to sum of the squares of other two numbers means square of perpendicular plus square of base. Then we get equation square of 5 is equal to square of 3 plus square of 4. Square of 5 is equal to 25 and in the RHS we get square of 3 is equal to 9 plus square of 4 is equal to 16. After taking the addition of RHS we get RHS as a 25 and LHS also 25 means we get result as a LHS is equal to RHS. This is called as a Pythagoras theorem. Pythagorean triplet, the formula to finding more such triplets, that formula is given 2m square plus m square minus 1 is equal to m square plus 1. This is the formula to finding more such triplets. For example, 6, 8 and 10. First member is given 6, second member is 8 and third member is 10. Then how to write these numbers in the Pythagorean triplet? Let us see which is the longest one. 10 is the longest length. Means take the square of 10 and take the square of remaining other two numbers, that means square of 6 plus square of 8. Then we get square of 6 is equal to 36 plus square of 8 is equal to 64 and square of 10 is equal to 100. After taking the addition of LHS, we get LHS as 100 and RHS is as again 100. Means whatever numbers are given here 6, 8 and 10 are called Pythagorean triplets. One more example, 3, 4 and 5. This is also a Pythagorean triplet. Okay, finding Pythagorean triplets. Pythagorean triplet whose smallest member is given 12. Then how to find out the remaining two members? Let us see. Formula is given. First member is 12. That means value of 2m is equal to 12. Means from that equation we get value of m is equal to 6. Then second, m square minus 1. Value of m is 6, then 6 square minus 1 is equal to 36 minus 1 is equal to 35. And last, m square plus 1, this is the third member of the Pythagorean triplet. Then we put the value of m is equal to 6, then square of 6 plus 1 is equal to 36 plus 1 is equal to 37. Means we get first member as a 12, second member 35 and third member 37. Means if you want to check the result, then you can check. Take the square of 37 is equal to square of 12 plus square of 35. Then we get result as a square of 12 is equal to 144 plus square of 35 is equal to 1225 is equal to square of 37 means 1369. In the LHS also we get same result and in the RHS also we get same result. Means 12, 35 and 37 are called Pythagorean triplet. Now one more example, Pythagorean triplet whose member is 5. Means value of 2m is given 5. Then how to find out remaining two members? Let us see. M square minus 1 is equal to 5. Then m square is equal to 6. Means m is equal to 3. This is the first member. Second member 2m, that means 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6 and last m square plus 1, the square of 3 is equal to 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. Here also we get one more Pythagorean triplet, that is 5, 6 and 10. Now let us see next point, how to find out the square root of the given number by using repeated subtraction. For the repeated subtraction, the subtraction of odd numbers consequently to the number, still we get 0. So the number of observation we subtract to the number is the square root of that number. Let us see one example how to find out the square root of 64 by using repeated subtraction. One by one you need to subtract consequently odd numbers. First 1, then 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15 and so on. Then on which step we get the result as is 0, then stop, that is the count the steps, how many steps we get over there, and that is the square root of given number. Let us see. First subtract 1 from 64, then we get 63, and then again subtract 3 from 63, we get 60. From 60 we need to subtract 5, then we get 55. Like this you need to subtract consequently odd numbers. Finally on 8th step we get the result as a 0. Means 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. So the square root of 64 is 8. Now let us see a prime factorization method for finding the square root of the given number. Here what you need to do, first find out all prime factors of the given number, then write down that all prime factors and make the pair. And for one pair you need to write only one number, do the multiplication, finally whatever result you will get, that is the square root of given number. Let us see one example. 256. 256 is divisible by 2. Then we get quotient as a 128. Write down that quotient in the next step. Again 128 is divisible by 2. Then we get quotient as a 64. Then again 64 is divisible by 2. Then we get 32. 32 is divisible by 2. Then we get 16. 16 is divisible by 2. Then we get 8. And 8 is divisible by 2. Then we get 4. And 4 is divisible by 2. Then we get 2, and last factor we get 2 only, because 2 is a prime factor and 2 is divisible by 2 only. Then finally we get the result as a 1. Then whatever factors we get, write down all factors in the multiplication form. Then we get 256 is equal to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 4 times. That means we need to make the pair of 2 multiplied by 2, 2 multiplied by 2, 2 multiplied by 2 and 2 multiplied by 2. Instead of that pair you need to write only one time 2 in the square root. Means we get square root of 256 is equal to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 16. Means square root of 256 is equal to 16. Thank you. I hope all of you understood this concept.